Hi. Okay, you remember those filet mignons that I told you about? Well, this is my chuck mock tender steak. Now, remember I told you also that they are so tender. That's hence the word tender in the word. Go to your butcher here, or any butcher, and say, can I have some chuck mock tender steaks? They are just as good as the filet mignons. Now the trick is the seasoning. Now, they're so simple to season, really. Pepper. I like sea salt. Okay. See, the reason I like sea salt because you don't have to use that much. And real simple, garlic powder. Now, the first thing we do, we just put a little sea salt on it. Just grind one, because you don't want to over salt it, okay? And then I also put a little bit of garlic powder. You just sprinkle. You don't have to, depending on how flavorful you want it. Now, if you're the type of person that you like a lot of flavor, then I suggest, go for it, okay? And then the grinder, the salt, the pepper. See, we're pepper people around here, so, I would go for the pepper. Oh, I love the pepper. Okay? And then, I want to turn it over, so excuse me for a moment. Let me get a fork here. Okay. And we're going to just flip that over. Sometimes you can rub your meat, but in this case you don't really need to. That sounds funny, don't it? Rub your meat. Okay. And now we're going to do the process again. A little bit of salt. If you notice, I barely turned that salt on on the grinder. Look, they have these sea salt grinders here. Unfortunately, they're not refillable, but they have these at most of the major grocery stores like Wally World. You know who Wally is, Walmart, and other places. I shouldn't even mention names on my show, but you can find those products at these little places. You notice I put a little bit of garlic salt on there again, and then we're going to go with the pepper. I mean, it's so simple. It's ironic how simple this is. But now, here we go with the key. Okay? Now, if anybody who knows me and who's watched me cook, the first thing I'm going to do is what? Wash my hands, especially when I'm touching meat. So, first thing I'm going to do is wash my hands because I'm getting ready to get some bacon out. Okay, I wash my hands prior and I wash my hands afterwards. The thing about it also is that usually I'm a big fan of gloves. This show I'm not going to have any gloves. Here we go. Now, you just take your bacon. This is all they do in the restaurant, really. Seriously, this is all they do in the restaurant and you're paying $20 for a filet mignon. You take the bacon and you just wrap it around that little piece of meat. See there? You just keep wrapping it around. That's all you do. Just wrap that bacon around that little piece of meat. And then, here's the other trick to it. I'm a big paper towel person too. You take a toothpick. The same thing they do at the fancy restaurants. And then you secure those ends there by sticking. There you go. You just stick that toothpick right in there. There you go. And you do it a second time, or how many sticks you got. You just take a piece of bacon. Real simple. And it's so easy to do. This is what they do in those fancy restaurants. That your guy, or you want to take your guy out to dinner, or your guy want to take you out to dinner. And I'm showing you what they do in the restaurants, honey. Okay? Take a toothpick. Secure those ends right in there, just like that. There you go. Just like that. Now we got one more. Okay? And it's so simple to use, it's so simple to do. And you're paying like $20 for one person, okay, to eat a filet mignon. There you go. Real simple. These are what I call my mock filet mignons. Now there's another one I want to tell y'all about, but that's made with ground beef. I'll tell y'all about that one another day. But these Real simple. And you don't do anything to your pan. See my casserole dish here? You don't oil it at all. You just take it because of the simple reason it's going to get enough oil from the bacon. Okay? And that bacon is what keeps it so tender. There we go. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wash my hands first of all. And then we're going to pop that right in the oven. Okay? It's so simple to do. And guess what? I bought 6 pieces of those little round little mock tender steaks there. I paid under $5. Seriously, it was like $4.90. Okay? Now, we pop this in the oven. If you're gonna just bake it at 400, don't broil it because you don't want to do that. It cooks too fast. So you're gonna bake it. As you can see, I've already preheated my oven to 400, and you just bake it. And so you just pop it in the oven. That's all you do. And I let that cook for maybe about 20-25 minutes. Voila! You have a steak that is so tender, that's so moist, that your husband or your significant other is going to say, thank you. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is prepare the garlic potatoes, which they're very simple to do. Okay, very, very simple to do. If you notice, I'm always cleaning up behind myself, so I'm just going to move this meat out of the way over here. And because this is going to be my little work area here. Because we only have one camera that we're working with. I bought my husband this camera, you know, a while back. And I'm just really flabbergasted that he is so well versed to be able to work with one camera. I mean, most people couldn't do this. We've been trying to get more cameras out here in the Jefferson area, but we're working on it, okay? The first show that you saw me do with the chili, that's when we had both cameras. That's why the shots were just so smooth. Because believe it or not, my husband is a trucker, but he's also a very passionate cameraman. So come back with me, and guess what we're going to do next? We're going to can't talk here. We're going to prepare those potatoes I was telling you about, the garlic potatoes, and you're going to love those. Because remember, what we're having tonight is a very inexpensive steak dinner for you and your guy on Valentine's Day. Now, we got those in the oven, so we're going to come back, we're going to prepare those potatoes, and we're also going to prepare those green beans. And then we're going to set the table. Come on back with me. I just love this, don't you? Here it is. We are on JPEG.